Hi there, it's Dr. Syra, and I'm sitting outside of a school. We're about to go in to do a teacher appreciation luncheon. And I wanted to tell you a little story today about last minute stuff. Okay, so let me tell you the story. So last year, I was in charge of this slideshow for this luncheon, and I had about a month and I really planned it and I did a great job. But on the night before, I was like scrambling to put together the last minute touches, and I'm like, oh my God, next year I'm totally not doing this. So the next year rolls around, and I'm like, oh, I've got all this time, September, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about this for a few months. Then it's January, I'm like, oh, I still have lots of time. Then it's March, and I'm like, oh, it's still like 2 months away. And then April got super busy, and I was traveling and all this stuff. And so, of course, I didn't get to it. And last week, I'm scrambling to get to it and get things done. And I did it, and then it was all fine, and I completed everything by 4 o'clock yesterday. And then at 4 o'clock yesterday, my program that I was using to put it all together crashed. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it. So I had to redo the entire thing yesterday at 5 o'clock while taking my daughter to ballet, while trying to make dinner for everybody, while getting everybody to bed and entertaining a house guest. So suffice to say, 10:30 at night, I finally fell into bed, exhausted from like scrambling to do this last minute thing. And it's really got me thinking about putting things off and doing things at the last minute. And sometimes what I do at the last minute is really, really super productive, and it's like a really good quality piece. But what I find is often that stress of that last minute squeezing it in carries over. So I woke up this morning just super grumpy and in a bad mood and just irritable. Didn't have a good night's sleep, and it's all because I left it till the last minute. And so I would encourage you, for those of you out there who are kind of like me, who leave things to the last minute, and not because that's when you work the best, but just because there's so many other busy things in your life that you just don't get to things until they're actually really due. I would have you look at, is there an alternative way? Is there a different way of doing things so that you're not, scrambling at the last minute, feeling stressed about it, and then bringing that stress into your next day? So I think there's a few ways of doing that. One would be to actually be strategic. So, a few days leading up to a deadline, so what I often do is like the day before a deadline, I make sure I have lots of time. And then that's when I get things done. So what if instead of a day before the deadline, say if something's due on Friday, instead of keeping Thursday open, what if I kept Monday open and actually said, okay, this is the day I'm going to work on this project, and Monday's my only day to get it done. And that way it's a little bit less intense when I'm doing the work, and it just gets done, and I'm not like stressed about it all week, like, oh my god, on Thursday I have to do this, on Thursday I have to do this. It's just done by Monday. So that's one way you could do it. Another way is to enlist help, and this is something I'm not very good at, and I'm learning how to do myself. So for this project, I enlisted help, but I didn't really use the help the way it could have been used. I just kind of like had that person do one tiny thing that I felt like I didn't have to micromanage that. She could figure that out on her own, and then I did everything else. And so for next year, what I'm going to do is have a team of us working on this project so that each of us can carve out a little piece, and I may be overseeing or maybe doing the final touches. And I think that's going to make a big difference, because then I'm not the one doing everything. What that means is I have to be able to let go of control and not insist that it's done my way, but let other people have some input, which takes a little bit more effort. So those are my thoughts today about leaving things to the last minute. And again, it's coming from a place of wanting to be real with you, wanting you to know that I'm a person just like you, and I struggle with probably some of the similar things as you do. And I really believe that being real is what's going to get us there. And when you change your story, you actually do change your life. So I'm changing my story about I'm better under pressure. I'm changing that story today, and I'd invite you to do the same. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.